What is it like to get that first job and that first paycheck in a new country? And oh, the shock of what you expect versus what you get. Hello everyone, my name is Diekola. I have lived in Canada for over 20 years. Welcome back to this side of life. And if you're new here, welcome and thank you all for joining me today. So imagine you're in a new country and after a lot of struggle to settle down and find a house and a place to stay and battle against the obstacles of, you don't have Canadian experience, you are new, we don't know you, trying to prove yourself, how experienced you are and how you can actually do the job. And after hundreds of resumes and many disappointing interviews, you finally get a call back and you get an offer of employment. Imagine the joy and the excitement that you would feel. That is exactly what happened to me almost 25 years ago now when I first came to Canada and got my first job. I was so happy. I got my offer letter and it said I will be getting $50,000 annually. I immediately started making calculations in my head. Okay, $50,000 annually. If they pay every 2 weeks, so that means I'm going to be getting about $1,900 every 2 weeks. Oh, what am I going to buy? I'm going to buy this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. My head was already spinning with all the calculations. It's Canada. There are taxes, right? Even if they take 10% as taxes, I will still be left with about $1,700. Oh, what can I do with $1,700? I can do this, I can do that, I can buy this, I can buy that. I was very excited. Fast forward to 2 weeks after that, and it was time for me to get paid. I get my paycheck and I open it and I am shocked. I am shocked by how much I'm looking at in the paycheck because it was much less than what I was expecting. So I moved from shock to unbelief to deflation. Like I was deflated. I was up here and then I just came crashing down to earth. I did not account for all the deductions that were going to be made from my paycheck. So there's the federal tax, there's the provincial tax, there is CPP, there is EI, and there might be other deductions depending on the arrangement that you have with your employer. So I didn't expect all those deductions. And so, of course, what I got was less than what I was expecting. And this is not just me. The same thing happened to my husband as well. He actually had to do a transition job before getting a job in his profession. And so by the time he was getting his first paycheck in his profession, he was expecting a lot from his paycheck. And, when he got it, he became so sad. I was like, please, we need to be thankful to God that we have this. Let us not be sad. So today, I just want to go quickly through some of the things that you can do to prepare yourself for that first paycheck and to reduce the shock that you will feel and increase your shock absorber. Increase your shock absorber so that you are not so surprised when you get that first paycheck. And before I go on to that, if you are getting any value from this video, this is the time for you to please hit that like button, give us a thumbs up. It really goes a long way to help the channel to grow and to push the message out to more people. Thank you very much. So to reduce the shock and increase your shock absorber for that first paycheck shock syndrome, here are some things that you can do. The first thing is make sure that you negotiate the best salary possible. In my case, I ended up with $50,000 per year for that first job, but that wasn't my first offer. They actually offered me $48,000 and I negotiated with them and said, okay, based on my experience, based on this and that, if you could just round it up to $50,000, and they did. So sometimes you actually can do that and negotiate a better salary. Although, as a newcomer, being your first job, you want to be careful as well because you don't want to negotiate yourself out of an offer. Being your first one, you want to get that first job to get your leg into the system so that you can kick off your career in your new country, in Canada, for example. You have to be very wise in negotiating. So if you feel like you have some room to negotiate, then go ahead and negotiate. But if you feel like, no, this is the best that you can get, then that's okay too. But my point is just try and get the best salary that you can get to start with. Okay? Then the second thing you can do is arm yourself with information. I say that all the time here on this channel. You need to arm yourself with information. Make sure you understand the salary structure in Canada or wherever country you are. Make sure you understand what you will be paid and what will be deducted from your salary so that you have a more realistic expectation of how much you are going to get in that first paycheck. There are many websites and many sources of information online that will help you to prepare yourself for that time so that your expectations are more realistic. Just to give you a quick example of that, one website that I've found to be quite useful is Career Beacon. You can put in your province and the year that you're looking at and the salary, and it will calculate for you how much your net pay will be after all the common deductions like federal tax, provincial tax, after all the common deductions that you see here, and you can have an idea of how much you will be paid. And the good thing with this website is that you can actually choose bi-weekly, weekly, daily, hourly, depending on how you are paid. Most of the employers in Canada will pay bi-weekly, so you can go bi-weekly. So with 50,000, you can see this is how much you get every 2 weeks. Great! I hope you found that informative and valuable as well. Having prepared your mind for what your pay might be, the final way that I will talk about today that can help you to prepare yourself for that first paycheck on your first job in a new country is tax planning. I think it was Benjamin Franklin that said there are only two things that are certain in life, and that is death and taxes. So you know you are going to pay taxes. I did a video talking all about what you can do with your taxes, and I will link it here or here. What you do is just to make sure that you put certain things in place so that your taxes are more favorable and you pay less taxes. With that, I wish you all the very best with your first job and your first pay in your new country. And I just want to say as well that wherever you start from is only just the beginning, and it can only get better from there. That has been my own experience, especially if you pray and trust God to lead you, guide you, and bless the works of your hands. So that's all I had for today. Thank you so much for joining me again. Do comment down below. Let us know. Share your experience about your first pay, your first job, and your first paycheck in a new country. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you know whenever I upload new videos. Also, stay tuned to this channel for more interesting and valuable content coming your way. Until I come your way again, until the next video, you go out and make it the best days of your life. Bye!